Good morning, peeps.
Good morning.
So hi. So we're talking listings today. What are we talking about? Hey, Adam, come on up here. We'll huddle. We get tight. We get tight. What about listings? Who's got a particular issue or problem or concern?
What happens when they don't sell?
What happens when they don't sell? Anybody else have that problem? Mm-hmm. Listings that don't sell. Why don't homes sell?
Price.
Not all.
Price?
I have one, the fixed price right, it's just the,
Oh, here we go. Come on.
the tenant control of showings.
Okay. So what's your problem?
Well, I can't get any, they want to see it, and they don't want to wait till due diligence. I have been allowed to show during a certain time frame, tenant free, money provided.
Okay, so she's got a tenant-occupied property, and the tenant's not being cooperative with showings, right? What's her problem? Hey, Dave, come on up a row. Come on, snuggle in with us. What's her problem? Price? Okay. Anybody else? So why don't homes sell? That's a symptom. What's the disease? Why don't homes sell?
Price and market location.
Okay, so what's one reason? Price? Okay, fair enough. What's another reason?
More marketing.
Marketing.
Okay.
What's another reason? Right, it was a trick question. There are no other reasons. That's it. It's either not priced correctly or it's not marketed correctly. Which problem does Margaret have? Marketing. You can't get enough people in the house. It's not available to be shown. I guess you could fix that with a low enough price. At some price, I'll buy the house whether I see it or not. But that's not a practical solution for most people, right? So it's price or marketing. Can somebody think of an example where it's not price and it's not marketing? I can't either. It always comes back. So why aren't homes selling? In this marketplace, why wouldn't a home sell? It's one of two reasons. Which one is yours? So you said you had that problem. Do you have an active listing right now that's not moving?
Yes.
How long has it been on the market?
It's been on the market since the end of November.
Since the end of November. Okay, so you are now 6+ months on the market, right? So in that situation with that property, why isn't it selling?
Price.
It's overpriced. What is it listed at currently?
$334.
$334. And what do you think it needs to be listed at for it to sell?
$320.
$320? Okay, so a couple of tips. Did it sound like she knew?
Yeah.
Did she sound a little tentative and unsure? Okay. I wouldn't be. If I'm your client, if I'm your homeowner, and I smell indecision on your part, I'm going to gobble you up. You need to know what price will that house sell for. Not what the final sales price will be. What price does it need to be listed at for it to sell?
My suggestion, maybe $300,000.
Do you know this property?
Yes, I do.
You do. Okay, great. So you've seen it. You've been inside it.
I know the neighborhood, I've looked at the pictures, I know the house itself. I've seen several like them in that community.
Okay, and you think it should be listed at?
I would probably go at about 300.
Okay.
And then,
If you adjusted your list price on that home to 300, would it sell?
Yeah, it would.
Okay, is your homeowner ready to do that?
No, not.
Okay. Have you had the conversation with them?
About going to $300,000?
About what their problem is?
No.
How come?
because he's just, he used to be a for sale by owner, so I just kind of let him, just kind of riding with him.
Okay. Will you be the homeowner?
Yes.
Well, let's role play a little bit, okay? So channel your inner personality, whoever this person is, okay? I don't know them, so I'm going to be a little bit off behind the times, okay? Got it in your head, who this person is, how they respond to things? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just going to use your name, okay, for the role play purposes.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Tara, it's Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, just a quick call. I'd like to do a review every 60 days with my clients. Wondering if you have some time this week when we could sit down and chat.
Yeah, what do you think? What's going on?
Well, I've got some time Wednesday, like 5 p.m., or I could do it Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Which would work better for you?
Can we talk about it? Because I got to work both of those days.
Well, I'd really like the review, 60-day review, to be done face-to-face. So is there a better time that would work for you?
It'll have to be late during the week.
Like, give me a day and time.
Maybe about 8:30, or maybe Wednesday.
Okay. You working late these days?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, 8:30 on what day?
Wednesday.
Okay. Give me just a second. Let me check my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell you what, Tara, I can make that work this week.
Okay.
So can we just meet you at your house at 8:30 on Wednesday?
Okay.
Great. See you there.
Okay. Hello, nice seeing you.
Hey, good. Hey, can I come in?
Sure, come on in.
Okay, great. Hey, can we sit down in the kitchen for a little while? I just want to talk and review the property with you.
Okay.
Okay, great. So looks like we've been on the market for about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's step out of the role play. Have you had any offers?
That's about 6 or 7.
Okay, so we've had 7 offers, but we haven't been able to make any of them work out yet. Just wondering, at this point, what are you feeling?
Well, I feel like the house is a great house. According to Zillow, you got it priced right. So.
Okay. It is a great house. I think that's why we've been able to generate 7 offers. Mm-hmm. But we haven't been able to make them work out yet. Why do you feel like that is?
Can I step out of role?
Uh-huh.
The appraisals, not the appraisals, the inspections. They're tearing us into the behind with the inspections.
Okay, so the property needs work.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a price where people would accept it as is?
Probably $300,000.
Okay, so let's get back into the role play.
Okay.
Okay, so we've had a number of offers that fell apart during the inspection period, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you want to do at this point, Tara? Do you want to continue the route we're going where we're getting offers, but then we're not be able to make them work? Do you want to make the repairs that keep coming up? Or do you want to adjust the price to compensate for the repairs? What works best for you?
I don't want to put the money in it, so I need it for the next house.
Okay.
So I'm willing to make a small adjustment for the repairs.
Okay. And what would that be to?
Maybe $5,000.
$5,000. Okay, great. So if you were a home buyer looking for a home on your next house, is $5,000 going to be significant to you?
Probably not.
Okay. So rough rule of thumb, it's $5 per thousand, right? So it's $25 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So do you feel like $5,000 is enough of an adjustment to compensate for the work that's needed?
No.
So what would you like to do?
Well, I got to get it sold. I guess I'll take a bigger cut and just maybe try to get some different financing options.
Okay. So Tara, if we're not able to get the home sold in the next 2-3 months, what does that mean to you?
An unhappy fiance.
Oh, okay. Well, we do not want that. So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay. So it's June of 2019, right? Mm-hmm. We have full employment in the city, right? Everybody that wants a job has a job. We have historically low interest rates. They keep staying like crazy low, right? And we're in peak selling season. At what point in the foreseeable future will your home ever be worth more than it is today?
I'm not sure about that.
Can you see a time?
No.
No, I can't either. So if we're going to sell your home, now's when we need to sell it, right? We've had 6, 7 offers on the property and we can't get them through because the property needs work, right? Do you want to do the work or do you want to allow in the price for the work that needs to be done?
Maybe half and half, because I don't really want to take too much of that.
Gotcha. Doesn't work that way and you know it, right?
It doesn't.
It doesn't work that way. Would you buy a home like that?
No.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
It looks like I'm going to have to go with the price guy.
Okay. Would you like a suggestion?
Yes.
I think we're going to have to make a significant one. All the feedback I'm getting says $300,000 needs to be our list price. And I know, but what I would like to do is I'd like to list it at $300,000 and then fight to the death with offers that we get. I'd rather turn offers down than not get them at all. Now be him.
I'm not trying to take that much of a cut in my price.
Okay.
I needed to go to the next house.
Okay. And if we're not able to get the home sold,
My fiance and we have a problem.
okay, well, I think we have a problem. We have had the home on the market during the best real estate market any of us has ever seen for more than 6 months, and we've not been able to get it sold at your price. Is it time to get that price more realistic?
It's time.
Okay.
It's time.
Can I have your permission to adjust the price to $300,000 and let's get it sold?
Okay.
Okay, so let's step out of the role play. Okay, who would feel uncomfortable having that conversation with the homeowner? Okay, then start working with buyers and stop it on the listings. Just don't take any more listings. If you're not willing to have that conversation with them, don't take their listing. Look, part of being a listing agent, and this is what I will contend is what separates good agents from everybody else. Look, let's just be real for a second. You can't do anything. You can't do anything to get my home sold that you could do, or you could do, or you could do. There's nothing you can do different. I know David has a 187-point marketing plan, but there's not one single thing on that marketing plan that you can't do too. So what separates agents? What I'm willing to say to you is your willingness and ability and skill to sit down with them, not on the telephone. She isn't going to do that with me on the telephone. And I need to see her body posture and facial expressions when we get into this conversation, right? You can't have effective conflict resolution over the telephone or email. I know we want to, because most of us are what we really want to do is avoid conflict whenever possible, right? So phone and telephone, or phone and email and text, that's just like awesome because it didn't involve me, right? But has anybody gotten a hand gesture on the highway? Or have you ever let me ask it a better way. Have you ever given the one finger wave on the highway? You don't do that standing in line at the grocery store. You don't, right? You don't. You only do it when it's another car that's not a human, right? If you're not willing to deal with conflict and hard conversations, don't take the listing. And you've waited way too long to get to this point because you are uncomfortable having that conversation with the homeowner. Why? You know, If she had said to me that we don't really care if the house sells or not, or I don't feel any time pressure at all, I asked the question, if we can't get the home sold in the next 60 days, what's that mean to you? And she says, that would be a problem. Okay, if you go to your doctor and your doctor says, Jay, if you're not alive in the next 60 days, what does that mean to you? And you go, well, I guess my time's up. Okay, well, your time's up. But if you say, no, that's not an option, I have to live to see day 61, then maybe we got to get you into some treatment for whatever it is that you have. If you tell me you don't care whether your house sells or not, then I'm not going to tell you the hard truth. And you're just kind of playing at this, and I need to adjust my expectations too. Right? I can't be more intense about this than you are. But like if you have a real problem and I'm not helping you solve it, you're malpracticing on them. You're not doing your job. They don't need you to be their friend. They need you to tell them the hard truth. And if you're not willing to do that because you don't like conflict, don't take the listing. And if you're not willing to talk to them every week, speak with them every week, a set day and time, don't take the listing. You're malpracticing on them. You've got to be willing. Well, then I'm going to focus on the buyer side. Hey, guess what? There's all kinds of conflict resolution that has to go on this side too. Have you ever had a home buyer that just wanted to lowball everything?
Yep.
Hey, we need to pull over into that coffee shop and we're going to stop looking at homes, and we're going to get out of the car, and we're going to go in there and sit down and have a cup of coffee or tea, and you're going to tell me what the hell is going on with you. So Tara, if we're not able to find the right home for you in the next 60 days, what does that mean? And if Tara goes, well, I'll just keep shopping. I'll just keep shopping until I do find the right one that they're willing to give away. Okay, great. Hey, look, you're an adult human being. You can have whatever opinion, you can believe whatever you want to believe. I don't have to work with you anymore. I get to make decisions too, right? You know what my contention is? We don't really want to know. We don't really want to know. Tara's like the girl I keep going out with that treats me bad. Yeah, but if I break up with her, then I don't have a girlfriend at all. So isn't a bad girlfriend better than no girlfriend at all? No. Is no listings better than a bad, unmotivated listing where they don't really care if the home sells, only if somebody will overpay for them? You've had 6 or 7 offers on this property, and it hasn't sold. You got a problem, and the problem's you.
I'm not going to accept that.
You've got to be willing to sit down at the kitchen table with them and say, what's going on? What are we going to do about this? If you've had 7 offers on the property, you have a problem. What are you going to do about it? Well, I don't want to do anything about it. Well, then how's that going to work for you? Right? Well, I don't like having these conversations with people. I get it. You might be in the wrong industry. You might be. You might want to think about getting out where you don't have to do this. But you're malpracticing on this guy if you're not willing to facilitate a solution for them. Anybody else willing to offer their problem? No, nobody's ever willing. Like, thank God she went, I didn't. They want you to communicate with them, and they want you to tell them the truth. I had an agent in our company last week thank me for being what you would call unkind. But the note I got was, thank you, I needed a kick in the ass. You guys don't want me Do you? Do you want me just to say, Adam, you're doing so awesome. Like, dude, just keep doing everything you're doing and Margaret, don't change a thing, right? Or do you want me to call bullshit on you when you're talking bullshit? Know what you're talking about. Don't go in there like winging it and mess. You need to know what price that house needs to get to so that people are willing to buy it and take the repairs that come along with it. And then when people submit offers, say this is as is, we're not making any improvements to the property at this price. And be definitive about it. That's what they want you. They won't like it. And they might not like you, but they'll appreciate it later if you can help facilitate them. Does that make sense? David?
If they do get stuck on that, would you ever recommend saying, if you want a little more proof, how about we just get an appraisal done on the house now? And then that will give you a third party idea of what your home is worth as is.
You could. I just be careful with that because appraisals are just like all over the place right now. So you might dig them deeper into their trench. You know, it's not, she might get an appraisal on her property. It might come in at $350. You don't know. It might come in at $250.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm a big fan of inspections before you put the property on the market. If you're going to have to deal with it, this is again, what do they call this? Whistling past the graveyard, right? I'm going to pretend none of this stuff exists and hope somebody buys it anyhow. Like, when's that true? When's the last time you sold a property and nobody got an inspection done on the property? Well, if you're going to have one done, why not go ahead and get one up front? Then fix all the stuff and then have the inspector come back and say, yeah, they fixed everything I could find. Lexus does it. They're certified pre-owned car, right? We had our mechanics check it. They fixed everything we could find wrong with it. We certify that. Why do they do that?
Give the buyer peace of mind.
Right, because what's the biggest objection of buying a used car? Right, you're buying somebody else's problem, right? Right, so why don't we take that off the table? So with your listings, what if you got a home inspection? You probably have 6 or 7 of them at this point, right? But with all your new listings, look, it's going to have to be done. What a great sales tool. If we can leave out on the coffee table the inspection and a certification, yeah, they fixed everything I could find wrong with it. Yeah. Okay, we good?
That's great.
Okay.